Hi guys, this is your girl Fabulous Giselle coming to you with yet another video. Today, I wanted to discuss with you my dream job. Prior to the pandemic, I landed myself my dream job. I believe that if you have a job, or if you're going to apply for a job, or if you're choosing some sort of career, it has to be something that you love, something that you enjoy, something that you're passionate about. But it also has to be within a culture that embraces who you are as the individual. It's not about going for a job and just, okay, I'm working there because I'm working there for the money. You're working hard, you're killing yourself, hours upon hours and days upon days, and the employer just don't get you. You know, you feel like just another number, just a statistic. You know, I come to work, I produce, and that's it, nothing else. So after working with my prior company for about 16 years, I was graduating college. And I went to my boss and I said to her, you know, I have one last class to do. Would you permit me to leave work a little earlier so I can complete that class? Because that class was within my work schedule and it was only 1 day a week. Imagine working somewhere for 16 years. You're at this job, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this. You're at this job, you're working somewhere for so many years, you're giving it your all. I would give it my all. I would be that person that worked until 1 a.m. Clients had my phone numbers. Everybody in the office had my number. I would come to work on a Saturday if I had to. I would work as long as I am needed. I am there. And yes, I must admit that I did fall a little short. I became a little laissez-faire. You know, I would attend work late, or I would get to work late, you know. But I figured since most of the times I work until like 1 in the morning, 12, 11 p.m., you know, that if I did get to work a little late in the morning, it would kind of make up for the fact that I came in late. But, you know, sometimes companies tend to treat people just a number, not a person. Sometimes you go through different things in your life. You go through ups and downs, you know. There are moments where things are just tough. And going for college, being a mom, and also being a career woman, it was all very challenging. So kudos to all of the women out there who's swinging the mommy, who's being a wife, who's going to college, and who's making that paper. Kudos to you guys. So let's continue with my story. So I went to my boss and I said, hey, you know, I just have this one last class I need to finish. Would you allow me to work, you know, to leave work a little earlier? And she said, absolutely not. 16 years working with a company that I loved. I would be there, I would show up, and I would not just show up. I would play my part. I would push. I would always be there. Like, customer service was just my thing. Anyway, she said no. You know, that totally deflated me. I think at that point, I had gotten to a point where, yes, I was losing motivation with the job. You know, it just became as if I was not appreciated, no matter how hard I work. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm a very hard worker. I work smart, I work hard, I'm a team player. So that really deflated me. But here's the caveat to all of this. I swear to you, it is as if The universe was in my favor. Here's what happened. For some reason or another, I decided to go and look in my personal emails. And I got this recruiter who reached out to me and said, hey, I have this job. Would you mind applying for it? That's 5 minutes after my boss said to me, no, I cannot let you take the class. I cannot let you leave early. Okay. So guess what I did? I went in, I replied to the recruiter, I went to the interview, I knocked that baby out of the park. I landed myself the job. But I know that the universe was speaking to me, and it was saying things to me. It was saying to me that it's time for a change. Like there's a shift about to happen. And sometimes when the universe is speaking to you, you best listen to the universe. You best listen to the universe. And so I did. So guess what? Now I went to that interview and I landed that job. I went into the office. I gave my resignation and I said, thank you guys very much for all of the time that I've spent with you. Nobody, you see, no one wants to work in a company where the culture is not suiting what your goals are or what you are, or your boss is like so old-fashioned, if that's a term that we use now. She's so way back when that she didn't really realize that the world and the direction of everything was changing. So I went into this job. It was, it paid me, I think I got about maybe, I'd say about 20% more than I was making, which was awesome. That job was the job that allowed me to transition to my new job. Now, meanwhile, I worked at a company for 16 years. I got this new job. It was a little scary at first because when you get used to working somewhere, it's as if that's all you know. The culture is all you know. The people is all you know. You become a part of a family, and letting go of that family becomes very challenging. So anyways, I started my new job. I was excited about it. They were flexible and allowed me to go to school as I wished. But because I was that person, I am very experienced in my field. And I'm that person. When I go on a job, I'm always very kind, very willing to help. I really put myself out there because, in all fairness, when you actually go and get paid to do a job, you're not granting your boss a favor. You're not granting the company a favor. You're getting paid to do something. So if you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. Okay, so obviously, sometimes you will encounter obstacles. So on this little job, I encountered a little obstacle. But that obstacle only opened the gateway for bigger and better things. And I was not mad. So one of the guys who worked there said, "Did you come here to replace me?" I'm like, seriously? Did I come here to replace you? No, I came because there was an opening, and he was threatened by my very presence. Because you see, when you have this aura, and when you're that person who give 150% of yourself, and when you're that person who walk into a room and you own that room, there's threats all over. There's threats all about. It's like threat all over. Needless to say, I'm not gonna honk my horn here. I'll allow other people to honk my horn for me. Anyways, it was crazy. I soon found out that the environment was just not for me. The company was weird. It was like a revolving door. Anyways, things didn't work out. I left. or should I say we left each other, and I moved on to what I call my now and still my dream job. My fellow fabbers, when you want something, when the very essence of you say that and this or that is for me, it's for you. And the universe just can't take it away. And even though the universe decides to redirect you in a different location, take it. Do not be afraid of the unknown. That's why it's called the unknown. And the only way you will know something that is unknown is if you allow yourself to know it. It's that simple. If you give yourself, if you trust in the process, you trust in that the universe does certain things just for you. So now, in my dream job, the culture is amazing. The people are amazing. And here's this. This is prior to the pandemic. For some reason, the universe said to me, you're gonna find yourself a job or a career or working in a company where you have flexibility, where the culture is amazing, where the people are amazing, where you get paid or you get compensated for your skills. The thing is always knowing your worth. And do not let any employer or anyone tell you otherwise. You have to always believe in yourself. And the most important thing about all of this I'm saying here, whenever you go to an interview or you go to a job and you present yourself, obviously always present yourself. Walk into a room with confidence, not cocky, obviously, but confidence. Own that room, own that interview. Just let your presence be felt. And let everyone in that room know that you mean business. Because it's all in you. You are more than capable. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. So on the day of that interview, even though at that moment, let's go back a little. So after I left the second, my in-transit job, do I call it, I decided I'm going to take a break because I've been working from since I'm age 16. And for all those years, I just needed a break. I decided I didn't want to work. So when that second recruiter reached out to me, and meanwhile, these are not me looking for jobs. These are people that are actually looking to recruit me. So that second recruiter reached out to me and said, hey, I have this job for you. It's amazing. You must go to the interview. I'm like, I'm not looking for a job right now because I decided to take a break. I decided I was going to go, I decided I would go in the stock market. I would learn how to trade and I would learn how to do all of those things. Funny enough, then the pandemic happened and there was all the craziness going on in the stock market. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go on the interview for going sake. But, I'm just going to go. I went into that interview. I knocked it out of the park again. Meanwhile, I wasn't looking for work. But not that I didn't need to work. Don't get me wrong. I don't have, a ton of money just on my head. I just put myself in a position where I could have taken a break, and I wanted to take a break for a year and try to see where things were moving with my life. And I went to that interview. I knocked it out of the park. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And since I wasn't looking for a job at that time, I just asked for everything possible. Everything you can humanly possibly think of asking, I asked for it. And what was the most that they were going to tell me? No. When you go to an interview or when you go to a job or when you go to anything, as a matter of fact, and you want certain things, don't be afraid to ask for it. Just ask for what you want. The most someone can tell you is no. And guess what? You go to the next person. And the most that person will tell you is no, until you find that one person that tells you yes. So in my current dream job, I'm still not dreaming, pinch me, you know. I decided I wanted a job that allowed me to work remotely. I decided I wanted certain different perks. I asked for it. I didn't get every single thing I wanted, but I got most of what I wanted. And I was happy because this dream job allows me to be in any part of the world and work. It allows me to go and give my mom a lot of hugs and kisses because she lives in the Caribbean and I am a Caribbean woman. I'm gonna have another video where I talk to you about the day in my life as a remote worker. But I'm just saying to you things from this video. Never think if you're working for a company that your choices are gone or limited. You always have choices. The same way employers have choices is the same way employees have choices. Now, always remember that if you're working for a company or if you're working anywhere, take this away from this video. If you're working anywhere, always remember this. Always give 150% of yourself. Because when you take pride in what you do and you take pride in your job, it shows. And the entire world within that career that you've chosen will know about you, will know that you exist. Customer service is everything. Always treat people as you expect to be treated, and you shouldn't have a problem. These are things that's just a given, you know? And when you go on an interview, obviously do your research, be realistic, but ask for what you want. The most they can say is no. Don't think that, oh, you have to start a job and because you go to an interview and they tell you to start next week, that you must start next week. But what if you had plans next week? You're going to drop your plans and or something that you've been waiting to do forever. No. Say, I respectfully decline. Is it possible that we can push this another week or so or a day or so? You know, as much as the employer is interviewing you, you are also interviewing them, because that's a place where you want to work. That's a place where you're going to contribute things to. So take from this. Don't forget to ask for what you want. Don't forget to ask for all the perks. Find out if it exists. Find out if it exists and ask for it. So I thank you very much for your time. It's been a little bit of a doing. Sometimes I feel like I want to create a video and things, my creative juices, sometimes are just not flowing. But for some reason today, I stayed there. I woke up, I went to the gym, I came back home, and I just felt like, the universe is speaking to me, and the universe said to me, go on to YouTube, tell your subscribers that they should not lose hope or faith in the things that they require in life or the things that they want in life. They should not lose hope in finding perhaps their dream job. They should not lose hope in perhaps finding whatever it is their goals are or accomplishing their goals. And they should wake up every day, be happy, be motivated, be the best version of themselves that they possibly can be. Thank you guys for watching my video. This is your girl, Fabulous Giselle, signing out.